All right. So Alan here and we just got done watching Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
So let me start by saying, caveat, I knew Freddie Mercury and their music, like Queen's music, but I didn't, and I knew that he died of AIDS, but I didn't really know anything.
That's pretty much like what you know of him. You don't know that like he had a wife and all that.
Yeah, you didn't, I didn't know anything else about him. I absolutely did not know that he came from an Indian background.
I knew that because of trivia. Like the trivia guy, he's like, "Oh, did you know that he's this and that?" I'm like, "Oh, wow."
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, and when they
you never know because he's like very pale.
He's very light skinned, and then I don't know. I do want to look it up if his sister in real life is just as light skinned.
Oh yeah.
But I felt like they, in the movie at least, they did that, and maybe to help kind of make it seem normal. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see about that. Now I really liked the movie. I had a lot of fun with all the music and everything.
Yeah, it's a good like karaoke type film.
Yeah, if I wasn't sitting in a theater with other people, I would have been singing along to everything I knew. I don't know, you checked your phone, you were playing with your keys, you seemed a little bit more bored.
There's just some slow moments like towards the end, it's just like, okay,
it did feel like it started to drag a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a 2 hour and 15 minute movie. Oh, this guy is in the middle of the street. It was a 2 hour and 15 minute movie, and they basically recreated the entire like 20-minute Live Aid
that
set piece.
Like, and they cut away to like friends and family and shit.
Right, they were cutting away to like his people on the sidelines. They cut away to the phone banks as people were now like bringing money in. I thought that was kind of cheesy, especially they showed that like the host guy, and I didn't know if I'm supposed to know who he is. But then they show
somebody,
right, and before Queen goes up, he's all like sad. He's like, "Oh, we're not gonna make that money." And then Queen's playing, and now the phones are ringing, and they're like, "We hit £1 million."
It was like you really focused. Like this is the biggest thing of their lives.
Right? Yeah. Which
maybe possibly.
To be honest, it was right.
It did sound like a big
1.5 billion people around the world.
Before we were born, so.
To be fair, I think that might be some of the issue.
Yeah.
Is that everything that happens in this movie is before our time. Yeah. So while I knew the music and I didn't know the guy, like I didn't have a personal connection because I wasn't like affected by anything growing up, and so this Live Aid concert again was like before we were born.
Right.
So like maybe it was the biggest thing, but with everything we've gone through in our lives now, a famine in Africa, I mean, like I just don't know, did that really affect the whole world the way the movie makes it seem, comparatively to like everything else.
To be honest, like when I saw Live Aid, I was thinking like, oh, he did like an AIDS benefit. Because like that's where
that would have made a lot of sense
in Africa, which I guess is kind of stereotyping. Yeah, but
no, that makes
fair enough a mistake, but then they explain it.
Right, and and I really did like the movie and the growth of everything and like how the characters changed.
I think Rami Malek did really well.
Who's that one?
Rami Malek is the guy who played Freddie Mercury.
Yes, no, he did a really good job in that role, and we can't remember the name of Littlefinger, the guy who plays Littlefinger. But I thought your line was funny. You're like, Littlefinger got betrayed.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
Yeah,
which is true.
Yeah, because it's like he gets betrayed in Dark Knight. He gets betrayed in Game of Thrones.
Now it's hard to say spoiler warning on a true story. Right. But spoiler warning, I guess, on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just I had a lot of fun. The music was great.
Yeah. Costumes were pretty good too.
I'm wondering how much. Oh yeah, the costumes, the sets, everything. Honestly, I even really loved how many times they showed his cats.
Yeah.
Because A, the cats were adorable. I mean, who doesn't love?
I didn't know he had such a fascination with cats.
B, if the fact that they kept showing the cats so often correctly portrays how much he loved cats, then it worked. I was like, wow, he really loved cats.
Right.
And I loved every bit of it, like the Live Aid concerts playing in his house just because his cats are going to sit around and watch it. Like, it's silly and corny, but it works.
Right.
What was it? And there was one other thing I was thinking about. with the thing. I mean, yeah, and just the fact that he was married, like, I mean, who knew any of that stuff?
Right.
It was crazy.
Well, yeah, I always heard that, like, you know, it wasn't he was gay, he was bisexual.
Yeah.
Things with women, things with men.
Well, when the movie first started, you kind of commented, like...
Yeah, I did tell you, like, yeah, he's bisexual.
Because they show him, like, looking at her and the whole thing. And then you were like, bisexual, so...
Right. And he really seems to love, like, his wife, like, even after they separate.
Oh, no. Love of his life. He repeated it many times.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I fully believed it.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
You know, like, when he opened up to his bisexual nature, you know, his gay side, and he was, you know, with all the partners and the multiple people a night, whatever, all that, but he never loved any of them. None of that, like, he always cared about Mary most of all.
Yeah. I think it wasn't until, like, he met the Jim Hutton guy that he found somebody that he could love.
Exactly. With his true self. Right, and that was the stuff at the end, the couple cards with the information was really touching. Yeah. You know, Live Aid. I don't remember what year it said. Was it 83?
Do you think Sacha Baron Cohen would have done a good enough job?
Because Sasha was supposed to play the role. You know, I don't think so.
And then I guess.
Listen, Sacha Baron Cohen commits fully to anything. Right. So, like, I think he would have done well, but it would have been him. It would have been the way he wanted it, versus...
I think that's what the problem was.
Right, versus I think that by going with the actor they were able to have him mold into the role that they, like, the character they wanted him to play.
Right.
The other thing I was going to say was that, like, again, because it was before our time, like, I never realized how, like, what kind of a scare the whole AIDS epidemic probably caused.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that was certainly extremely shocking. Like, I mean, even they didn't really go too deep into it, right? But just, like, thinking about that, how, you know, people were just loving other people, right? And they were expressing that in physical forms or whatever, and then all of a sudden to hear it's killing them, where it was like the news report before Freddie decides to go and get himself checked, where it's like 2 men a day are finding out that they're, you know, stricken with this illness, and the whole thing.
Yeah, I love how, like, they kind of do exposition through, like, news reports.
Yeah, but in a good way. Yeah, like some movies don't do.
Yeah, no, it's like natural. It's not like full force. Like, oh,
right,
exactly. Explain this too.
Yeah, no, and it was like, because it's explaining it to, it's kind of explaining it to the character, and we're also then learning it because the character's learning it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I
loved the bit that Mike Myers did.
Oh,
like, producer. It's like
Mike Myers' character.
It was a little bit hard to figure out, like, is that him? And it's like, oh yeah.
At first, albeit when I first saw the trailer, I kind of thought it was Will Ferrell.
Oh really?
Just because of, like, the Tropic Thunder look.
Oh yeah.
No, not Tropic Thunder. The basketball one. Remember when he did the basketball movie, where the Tropics?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a movie where Will Ferrell was like
I do remember
the 70s basketball character.
Right, yeah.
Right. And because of the hair and everything, I thought that was him.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, we're sitting there and we're watching the movie, and it took me a little bit, but then I kind of heard the accent and I saw the face, and I was like, is that Mike Myers? And you go, it's Shrek. Of all fucking characters to go with, of all characters to go with, you go with Shrek?
That's his thing.
When literally the movie is about Queen, right. And then I said party on Wayne, and you're like, oh yeah, huh? Like, hello.
Shrek made more money than Wayne's World.
That's not the point. Oh, you idiot. Anyways, so I would definitely recommend the movie.
Yeah, I would. If you're, like, a fan of their music, like, I love the karaoke, Bohemian Rhapsody, Don't Stop Me Now. Like, I would definitely go see it. Like, if you're a fan of the music, you want to know his story, and if you don't know it, like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's, especially if you grew, you know, if you were around for that whole period of time. Yeah. If you ever went to a concert or heard on the radio and, like, it inspired you to something or whatever, then this would really, like, it gives you this beautiful vignette, I guess, beautiful view into like his life and everything. Yeah. And at times I was actually kind of wondering, like, you know,
it took me a while to get used to is like the fake teeth.
Yes.
Because like, okay,
and then you see it, and like, yeah, I mean, he really did have that kind of.
He made it work. Like
he did. Like early on, the cheekbones didn't seem to like fit the teeth, but then somehow as the movie went on, it just kind of like I got used to it. Mm-hmm. But I give it 2 thumbs up. I don't know. I haven't chosen a rating system.
Oh, you're gonna do 2 thumbs
I don't know.
We're Siskel and Ebert guys.
I haven't chosen a rating system. 2 thumbs up. 9 out of 10, 4.5 stars. I don't know. Yeah. Basically, is it worth the price? And I say yes.
I mean, even if we didn't have
we both have A-list.
I was gonna watch this movie. Like regardless, when I saw the trailer, like I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, and it lives up to the trailers.
Yeah, it lives up to the hype too. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Alan.
Yeah, no problem.
And thank you to the 3 people that'll probably watch this.
Yeah. Of course.
But
I'll share it.
Oh, of course, yes. And then stay tuned on Saturday. We're seeing Suspiria, the remake.
We're gonna talk about the original because we saw that last week.
That's what we'll do is we'll talk about the original driving there.
Yeah.
Because then we can do that, and then afterwards, then we can talk about the new one.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.